Well, thank you everybody for being here today. I think you're really going to like what we have to share with you and hopefully see how this could be a good fit for your business. So just so you're aware, our parent company, Great Television, started this program over 6 years ago as content targeted to the female demographic using the strength of television and the power of internet. It's a real unique forum for you to market your business. So we're going to kick things off by just showing you a brief introductory video regarding Moms Every Day.
There's no doubt, in most households, mom is the decision maker. We decide what to buy, when to buy it, where to shop, and we usually schedule all the appointments. We moms need your help. Through Moms Every Day, you're connected to the most powerful person in the home. Moms Every Day is your direct line to the power that we moms wield. We don't have time to mess around. We want to deal with the experts. We want to do business with names we can trust. You. With Moms Every Day, our trusted brand teams up with yours to help moms do their job. Moms Every Day is here to ensure that moms know they can turn to you. Mom. I'm coming. All right, I've got to go. Julia's going to take it from here.
Okay, so why do we start Moms Every Day and what is it? Simply, it's a resource to provide solutions to moms and women in the communities we serve, to help make mom's life easier, and to provide information on the topics that matter most to her, whether that's financial information, health information, taking care of her home, spending quality time with her family, or just taking care of mom herself. These are all topics that most moms and women can identify with and that affect her life on a daily basis. So Moms Every Day is it's a powerful and unique opportunity for a local business to connect with the market on a personal level using television in a unique way. It's a way to share information and really become the top of mind expert in your business category. This map just represents our current footprint with Moms Every Day. We're up and running in over 55 markets and continuing to grow. So Moms Every Day is a real national brand. We're excited to be launching here in this market in January, and we're here meeting with businesses over the next day and a half to look for businesses that are interested in becoming the expert in the category that you represent. So we're going to discuss today how you can potentially join over 1,000 partners that we have participating with Moms Every Day and really become a leading expert in the business category you represent. So one thing to think about as you're sitting here today and listening to this presentation is really how much influence do women have regarding the success of your business, and how important is it for you to reach this demographic? So with this said, I'm going to pass it over to Mark, and before we get into that how, Mark is going to provide some additional insight into the importance of marketing to this demographic today.
So today's mom really has to be super mom. I mean, she's working full time, taking care of the kids, making consumer decisions for the household, going in lots of directions. And sometimes we're surprised at the kind of decisions that mom is involved in. Look at 91% of new homes. Of course, we understand the food, 21 meals a week that she has to prepare, so she's very involved with that. Bank accounts, healthcare, that number sometimes seems even a little bit low, doesn't it? Because not too many men actually take care of their own healthcare needs. And of course, new cars. So women are really, really busy and involved in so many areas of our economy today. And then, what we want to do is have moms talking about your business, and what better way to do that than to use new media? Where would Facebook, for instance, be if we didn't have women wanting to connect and communicate with each other, and then frankly to create the word of mouth on steroids that is really important for your business today? That is why we need to reach moms. Let's see exactly how the Moms Every Day program helps us to reach moms today. So why does Moms Every Day work for your local business? It's because really we have a four-legged stool that this stands on. So think first about the advertising. We know that advertising works. Television advertising is the most powerful medium that's ever been invented, but it stands alone most of the time. So the strength of Moms Every Day is that we marry advertising with content. And content is something that we've learned from our experience now with the internet. So the internet is all about like Facebook and social interactions. It's the engagement of the internet that's this two-way conversation that's so important. And so now what we're doing is we're marrying advertising plus content all across screens because that's where people spend their time today. So today, marketing is all about marketing across screens. It's reaching people across the screens that they spend during different phases of their day. So it starts with television advertising. Let's take a look at the strength of TV advertising to begin with. So who's this guy? In these presentations, we often talk about the history of advertising. Everybody recognizes the Geico Gecko today, right? And mostly we recognize him from his television stardom. He's everywhere, and he talks about 15 minutes will save you what? That's right, 15% on car insurance. And then oftentimes we'll talk about, well, what about that little white duck that we see on television today? What is he talking about? And invariably, everybody in the audience knows that's the Aflac duck. So he's using television to communicate another brand that we are all familiar with. And then sometimes we go way back, maybe 2-3 decades, and say, does anybody remember who Mr. Whipple is? And Mr. Whipple, of course, is that guy that was please don't squeeze the Charmin. So what we sometimes do for these folks that we're presenting to is just show them the value of television advertising as a medium that has influence for decades and communicates with generations. And you can easily contrast that with, say, newspaper or radio or yellow pages. Really think back to another kind of signature campaign everybody remembers, even last year in the newspaper or yellow pages or on the radio. It just doesn't happen very often. So that speaks to the power of television, and that's sort of the foundation for Moms Every Day. But what we don't always do is add content. And again, that's what we've learned from the internet, is that content is king. And content is your key to a two-way communication with your audience and with your consumer. So what we do with Moms Every Day is we start with the advertising, and now let's build inside some news content. So buried, or rather immersed within our news content and our newscasts, how about segments that are made to be informative? How about our experts? And that would be the businesses in each market who know their products and services better than anybody else, speaking to those products and services. How about talking about the questions and answers that moms need taken care of before they can do business with you? What are the things that they misunderstand? What does mom really need to know about your category of business that would really help position you as a go-to resource for information? That means that if you've branded yourself by providing helpful information on television to moms in a consistent manner, that when she needs your product or service, when she's down further in that sales funnel and she's ready to buy, you're the first person she's going to think of when it comes to buying that product or service.
Helping make your life easier. Moms Every Day. Welcome to Moms Every Day. I'm your host, Jen Lennon. Today I'm joined by Sean Welch. He is the owner of Wellness Walk-In Tubs. Sean, welcome back.
Thank you.
So a walk-in tub, if folks aren't familiar, explain a little bit about the purpose of a walk-in tub.
Well, the purpose is pretty simple. It's to alleviate the height that you have to attain to get into the tub. So what we actually do is we have a tub that has a door in it that alleviates that height issue. So coming in and out of the tub now becomes effortless. It has a door so you can enter and exit the tub.
So you eliminate that stepping part, and that doesn't sound like a big deal until you've had a fall, right?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, if you've had a fall, it can be devastating. And so now without that issue, it's much, much safer.
And I know you even had a personal experience in your family, which is sort of what brought you into this business, right?
Yeah, it is actually. My grandfather passed away shortly after falling out of a tub. He was trying to get out, he fell, and it ultimately cost him his life. And so that's what kind of got me into this industry, what made me start looking at options for older folks.
And I know when you first got into the industry, you certainly were working for other folks, and then you created your own business. Why?
Yeah, you know, I noticed that there was just kind of this cookie cutter pattern. It took a long time in most cases, and I really wanted to improve it. I wanted to shrink the amount of time the installs took and give the customer just a better involvement in the process. And so we've attained that in my company, I believe.
So what do you think of that interview? We saw about 60 seconds of Sean's interview there rather than the whole thing, but still in that short period of time, we got to know him personally. We understand how he got into the business, what his motivations for doing that kind of business are. We got a little bit of insight as to some experience, sort of what pushes his buttons, and the fact that he got into the business really to improve the product that he saw being built in a way that really he was not satisfied with, right? And so we get to know Sean, we got to know him personally in just 60 seconds. We understand that he's got a passion for what he does. So what a perfect opportunity for you to choose the topic interview questions that you want asked, knowing that there's certain barriers to somebody doing business with you, knowing also that if you could communicate information that most people don't already know about your product or service, you're the expert. And then by being the expert, you're going to be that go-to resource in a very warm and friendly manner for folks. So let's take a look at how we actually package these interviews. So as important as it is that we're doing these interviews and providing information, not communicating a sales message, but rather giving content, useful content to our viewers, it's just as important where we air this content. So most of our stations bundle the Moms Everyday interviews. We embed them within our newscasts. So we go from a news segment directly to your customer's content segment. And if we've done our job right, that content segment has no sales message. It's just pure information. So it's a natural fit for your station's news brand. And it makes, again, it just reinforces that expert image that is so important to our retailers and our sponsors. So we talk about advertising and content. Well, let's take a look at how advertising and content now work together online.
Okay, so back to the advertising and content. Mark just reviewed to you the content opportunities on television, and we're going to switch gears now and talk a little bit about the web. So first and foremost, the Moms Everyday sponsorship is going to include additional exposure on WDBJ7.com, taking advantage of the 8.5 million page views this website does on a monthly basis, and increasing your frequency for the interviews that are seen on television during the news and reaching that same audience online. So you'll get a specific amount of impressions as part of your sponsorship, with your ads being visible on the station's news site. In addition to the television station site, Moms Everyday has built out a local version of momseveryday.com called Hometown Moms Everyday. So this is the local version of Moms Everyday for Roanoke. Our team populates this content on a daily basis. So each and every day you come to the website, you're going to see new information, fresh content across all those categories that we spoke about earlier. But they're also going to find you. All of the local businesses will be featured on the Moms Everyday website. So as you can see here to the right, every business will get a custom, what we call microsite or landing page. So you're going to be able to be found throughout the other content on momseveryday.com. This is really your page to customize however you see fit. So front and center, what they're going to see are the interviews. And this is a brand new client, so their interviews haven't even been recorded yet. But in this black box here, what you're going to see are your interviews. So at any time, users can go to the website and see those interviews 24/7. And then you can surround your page with any other pictures or information that you want about your business. And you can update this as frequently as you want. So the whole point of this is not to replace what you're currently doing online or replace your existing website, but just to have another way to help users find you, and to do so, again, through our content on momseveryday.com. A couple other things I wanted to point out is not only can those interviews be placed on your microsite within the Moms Everyday website, but you can also take those interviews and place these on your own website, or perhaps in your own social media marketing that you're doing, posting them in your Facebook feeds, getting opportunities for them to be shared to reach more people. We also have a lot of businesses, especially in the healthcare industry, who have waiting rooms, and these are great to be able to play up on a monitor in a waiting room, or even in a trade show if your business participates in expos. So there's really a lot of other ways to utilize this content and to repurpose it for other marketing that you're currently doing. And the last thing I wanted to point out is that what we have found that businesses that are participating with Moms Every Day, they've really seen an increase in their own website optimization. So by being connected to a national website that has fresh content on a daily basis, by having video and new video posted to your site, these are some of the things that really help benefit your own SEO. So you're going to see an increase in your own website optimization just by doing a few of these things. And then last but not least, we have a mobile app. So we're moving to the smallest screen now, and it's called Eat at Moms Every Day. This is a niche app that's centered around food and recipes. So we took one of the more popular content categories, which is food and recipes, and created an app. So there's visibility, again, for your business through our content in the Moms Every Day app. All of you will receive a banner ad, which will link back to your Moms Every Day website.
So television advertising, when married with digital advertising, has some magic that happens. Look at the research that IAB shows, and you see this research in several different places, but it speaks to the effectiveness of matching digital messaging with the television messaging. So what this is saying is that when a viewer sees your message on television and then sees that same message online, even your television advertising, the brand recall and the message recall can be as much as doubled. So cross-screen frequency can really enhance your advertising's effectiveness.
Okay, so what do our partners say? We're going to listen to Sean again. We have a brief testimonial that he put together for us discussing his experience with Moms Every Day. He's been a partner for just about a year now. So we had asked him a few questions, and if he could give us some talking points just about his experience thus far as being a partner with Moms Every Day.
I'm Sean Welch. I am the president and CEO of Wellness Walk-In Tubs. We're a company that supplies safety bathtubs for the elderly. You know, I did it, I think it was in November of 15, and I was asked if I would do this thing, and how, did it interest me? And it interested me only because I've never interviewed like that for 4 minutes. But yeah, I had reservations in terms of what it would produce, just because I didn't know. You know, I mean, I've tried several things out in the past that didn't work, and so I just wasn't sure. You know, and but after doing it, I was completely positive of it and plan on doing it for a long time. The problem with like a 30-second commercial or a newspaper ad or whatever is you can't voice something personally. You literally can't be personable. And in that 4 minutes, it's very easy to be personable and express yourself and talk about your company. And if you're passionate about it, actually get what you like about your company out. It gives you just enough time. It's invaluable. It's huge because when people watch that, they truly can get a sense of who you are as a business owner, and they get a sense of your product. So it's not like a quick, here we are commercial. It is literally like almost like talking to them. It's almost as good as talking to them for 4 minutes. I think the thing is you don't realize the amount of people that literally like to watch that particular program. You know, I mean, our industry and everything we're told is that you have to advertise and do it a certain way, and you know, and it's nice because it is informal and it is very personal and it works. People like that, and I think that if you're a small business owner and you try it, you'd be very surprised at the results. Every single time I have it's aired or I've been on it, we get calls the same day, the next day, 3 days later. People really like to see you on it. I feel like they can also emulate that feeling of sitting in their living room, and so they're very comfortable. When I go to their house, we talk for 10 minutes about Moms Every Day before we get onto my product. We get called by grandkids. I mean, you know, they're probably my age of grandkids, but we get called by grandkids. I would say probably half of our clientele reach us through their families. So very few of them are actually the elderly. It's probably half, maybe at most. We reach a very big demographic we didn't even know was out there. I mean, our demographic we know exactly, and we're like, wow, it's actually bigger than we thought, simply because of this show.
So as I mentioned, we're meeting with local businesses over the next day and a half and looking for those local partners that want to grow and really participate in becoming that expert in your category, and provide good content to moms and women in the community. Moms Every Day is known and branded as that trusted source for information. So we're looking for a good variety of content providers and businesses to really help provide that good information to moms and women in the community here. And this is more than advertising. So there's a few things that we do in addition to the interviews and to this, the website and the other components that we review to really help promote Moms Every Day in this market and really make it known as that trusted place for information. So the station is committed to promoting this both on air and online. And we're going to show an example of a promo that you might be seeing here in the market soon. And one thing I wanted to point out with this particular promo is that we're a sponsor of a Miss America pageant, and this is a commercial that we put together for that pageant. So this received national awareness and exposure, and there's things that we do from a national perspective as well to help promote the brand.
Life's most precious moments are the small victories. Each memory, each moment is important. Moms Every Day understands the small victories and the moments that come when you least expect them. Moms Every Day is more than a website, more than a TV show, and we're more than an app. We're a community of parents like you with solutions, answers, and ideas to share. Moms Every Day, making mom's life easier, one small victory at a time.
In addition to the commercials, the station runs what's called a Moms Everyday Minute. These are news pieces that you're going to see that are going to run Monday through Friday. This is content, again, providing information to moms and women in the community to help make her life easier. But this is another way the station is committed to promoting awareness for moms every day in your market.
When children get anxious or fearful about activities in school, it can be very difficult for them and for their parents. Anxiety can sometimes be difficult to pinpoint and can look different depending on the child. Boys Town psychologist Amanda Setlak says defiance is one trait that may be an underlying symptom.
If you start seeing that just their general quality of life is starting to diminish, they're not being able to let go of things, they're not enjoying the things that they used to enjoy, they don't want to do things or try things, they just want to stay at home.
She says those are signs your child may be feeling anxious and it could be time to seek professional help. An anxious child may not want to go to school or other activities and may also complain about stomach aches or headaches. Professionals encourage you not to address any fears near bedtime, which can lead to more problems. For more ways to make mom's life easier, visit momseveryday.com. I'm Amanda Lanham.
Moms Every Day also produces its own half-hour weekly television show. So these are just some pictures from the set that we use and some of the panelists. We provide a half-hour weekly television show that airs at a specific time in each and every market, but there's going to be additional opportunities and visibility for local businesses within the show as well. So we're going to look at a brief sizzle reel to give you a better idea of the content in the show.
Hello and welcome to Moms Every Day.
Moms Every Day.
Moms Every Day.
Moms Every Day.
Moms Every Day. Moms Every Day, where we're making mom's life easier.
Sometimes you just need a judgment-free zone where you can confess your mistakes and horror stories.
Barfed all over the upstairs. My house looked like a Tarantino movie. It was bad.
Sometimes all you need is a good idea to get through the day.
We've seen it on Pinterest. We're going to try it in real life.
And sometimes you just need a group of moms you can relate to.
I mean, it is a reality, I think, for a lot of us.
We all kind of have our own little niches, but we do it all together as a family because that makes it more fun.
I tell my children, you can be whatever you're going to be.
I promised I would never tell potty stories about him, but now you're telling everybody.
Income I'm bringing into my home working, most of it's going back out to daycare.
Parenting this thing is hard, and making these decisions, they're hard.
I have 3 boys, and they fight, and they're crazy, and I need a drink.
I want to model kindness for my kids, so they see me relating with other women, and they're going to learn how to treat their friends.
I want the young mothers to know we can relate.
It can be one of the most stressful times for parents to get your kids here to school. I know it is at our house.
Whether you're a soccer mom, a chronic worrier, or any other type of parent, know that you're not alone.
Moms Every Day is a show by moms for moms, and we're here each week to make your life easier.
Okay, so just to summarize, the station is committed to running monthly on-air promotion as well as promoting this on WDBJ7.com. in addition to running those daily news segments that we looked at and the weekly half-hour program that's going to air on Saturdays at 8 a.m. on My 19. But not to mention the interviews that are going to be running Monday through Friday, promoting all of the local businesses that are participating. They're going to help promote each one of you as well and continuously promote this as a go-to resource in the community.
So this is the last slide in our presentation where we outline the various elements that come along with Moms Every Day. Every station will package these elements differently, but usually the foundation are the TV interviews, and often those are immersed in news time. There's a Moms Everyday microsite. There's a digital component, including the banner ads at Eat at Moms Every Day. Production is often included. And then we wrap it up showing the price, the value of these packages against the limited time offer for a limited number of sponsors. So we provide the value proposition all summed up into one slide. Hopefully, this would be something that they would see of value knowing your station. And at that point, we open it up for questions. We'll do Q&A until it seems like all the questions have been answered. And then we'll oftentimes pass it on to the sales manager in the room and offer the sales manager to take it to the next step. And often the next step is either one-on-one meetings, either right in the room, or the AE staff often takes their invited guests to another room and has the Q&A on a one-on-one basis with that advertiser. Or staying in that room, and then the Moms Everyday team, along with the general sales manager, will walk the room and answer questions which often arise because people sometimes have specific questions that they'd rather ask more personally rather than in the open forum. And we close some business.